This is a famous Thai putsi eel, probably one of the most famous Thai noodle stir fries right after pad Thai. And today you're gonna learn how to make putsi eel with chicken. If you don't know by now, I live in Bangkok, Thailand. So this recipe is going to be as authentic as it gets. Now, to be honest, I eat this outside more than I cook it at home because there are a few local spots minutes away from me with decent putsi eel for a little over $1. But I know if you're living outside of Thailand, you don't have a local putsi eel chef near you. So on this video, you're gonna learn how to make the best putsi eel in your neck of the woods.
That's so good.
Hey everyone, my name is Wally. If I like it, I cook it and share it. Let's go. All right, let's start off with the noodles. This is 200 grams of wide rice noodles, and in Thai, this is called sen yai. But you probably heard of it referred to as hor fun in Chinese. If you can't get fresh, go ahead and get the dried one, but it won't be the same. The dried ones have this sort of like a plasticky taste for me. First thing I do is you gotta separate the hor fun noodles. When they come packaged, they get packed in tight so it looks like this. Take the time to separate the noodles because it really makes a big difference during cooking. Now, one thing that I like to do right now is to just pre-sauce it with just a teaspoon of dark soy sauce. It's the Golden Boy brand. This is the go-to brand whenever you're cooking Thai foods, okay? So you definitely gotta have that. This is not an unorthodox way of making putsi eel. You may need to add a little bit extra to cover the rest of the noodles, but don't make it too dark, all right? It should look like a nice light shade of UPS brown. But this is just fine. And today's protein of choice is chicken. I'm gonna slice up about 150 grams of chicken. Just slightly thin cuts, about half a centimeter. And we're gonna marinate this chicken with 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, half a teaspoon of sugar, a touch of cornstarch, about a teaspoon. And then we just give this like a real quick mix. When friends come visit me, they always ask me where they can find the best putsi eel. Now, believe it or not, you can find really good putsi eel in the food courts of Bangkok. Some Thai putsi eel stalls have achieved the Bib Gourmand title. I'm not saying that the Bib Gourmand label means the food is automatically good, because I tried these places myself and I gotta say, it's pretty damn good. But here is a surefire way to spot a really good restaurant. Take a look at how much fire is coming out from the stove. If it looks like a jet engine, then yeah, that's a very good sign that good food is coming your way. And that is a key difference why many foods that you cook at home taste different than restaurants. Chances are you don't have a jet engine hooked up to your stove. Well, me too. But don't worry, I got you. I have a workaround to get it as close as possible. Now we add 2 teaspoons of oil. Give it one more quick mix. And then just let it sit for like 15 minutes to marinate. Okay, this is 100 grams of kana, or Chinese broccoli. You really only need half the amount of Chinese broccoli for this recipe. Since I eat everything I cook on these videos, the extra fiber helps with my bowel movements. I know, that was way too much information. And then for the stalks, cut it at an angle, just so that your food looks a little bit more pretty. For the thinner stalks, just chop off the stems, like that, stack them up, and just cut them the same way. For the leaves, just roll it up like a cigar, cut them up like that. Just bite-sized chunks. Set that aside. This is about like 3 cloves of garlic minced. Don't have to be too small, just like a rough chop is fine. Get a small mixing bowl and dump in these sauces. 2 teaspoons of oyster sauce, 1 teaspoon of fish sauce, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of Gold Mountain seasoning sauce. It is kind of like soy sauce but on steroids. It is also another staple in Thai cuisine, so if you cook a lot of Thai foods, you should get a bottle at home. And I'll just add a little bit of chef's helper, about half a teaspoon. Just mix up the sauce really well and set it aside. One more thing to get ready, just 1 large egg. 1 large egg. 1 large egg. The hell? 1 large... Jesus. 1 large egg. And I like to get this ready by just scrambling it up first. All right. That's it. It is time to cook. All right, so let me get set up here. Man, this pan is heavy. I'm using a pan here because I know most of you watching this don't have a wok. If you plan on cooking Asian stir fries often, I recommend picking up a wok. Treat it right and it'll last you a lifetime. Now before we start, there is a couple of tips. This pad see ew recipe is enough to feed one grown adult. So for example, if you're cooking for 4 adults, you're gonna cook it 4 times separately. But you can cook the protein all at once, okay? And then just add it back in as you cook the noodles, that's all. Simple as that. So we're gonna start first with the chicken. To cook the chicken, we add a couple of tablespoons to a hot pan on medium heat. And we cook the chicken for about 3 to 4 minutes or until completely done. Now we can use the same pan, as long as the pan is still clean and there are no burnt bits. And if you are using the same pan, it should still be hot, so we're gonna use a low-medium heat and start cooking the garlic for about 10 seconds until it starts smelling fragrant. I'm gonna add in my egg. So we didn't start out with a lot of oil, but you can always add a little bit as you go. One big difference between pad see ew and Chinese chao huo fan is that pad see ew isn't as greasy. Then toss in my canat. Continue cooking this. So you can always add in oil if you feel you need it, okay? That's what chefs and cooks do. Always monitoring and always adjusting the recipe. Okay, so everything's been cooking for about 15 seconds. I'm gonna throw in my noodles, mixing it around. I'm just gonna let the noodles heat up. Now this part is very important. Turn on the heat to the highest setting that it goes up to. Drop in the sauce and hurry up and toss the ingredients together. Mix, 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 stir, stir, stir. Get everything all mixed up. I would love to do a flip toss, but this pan is really heavy. At my age, if I snap my wrist, it is game over. And when that is done, spread out the ingredients all over the pan, especially the noodles. You want to let that extra heat just toast up your noodles. Get the char on the noodles. Depending on how high your flame can get to, this could be fast or it could be slow. When you start seeing these little like brown dark spots on your noodles, you know that you are on the right way for great tasting pad see ew with chicken. And then drop in the chicken, and you are going to see some cooked chicken juice in the bottom of the bowl. No matter how tempted you are to add this in, don't do it. It's just going to mess up your noodles. Mix, 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 stir, stir, stir. At this point, all we got to do is reheat the chicken. And then it is ready to serve. And I was so excited to eat this that I forgot to add some ground white pepper. And usually there's like pickled chilies and vinegar, but I don't have any right now, so I'm just gonna dig in like this. Look at that. Juicy chicken. This is an excellent pad see ew recipe. I hope you guys try it out. But of course, I do make deliveries. I take Bitcoins and Camels as payment. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.